Okay. Okay, chat. Hello. I think before we get into, holy shit, that's a lot of people in MCCI. Um, anyways, I think before we get into attempting to navigate, we'll just start out doing a little bit MCCI. Let's see if there's anything interesting we can do with fishing. Oh, hey, I got a fish! Trying to decide if I should have some ginger ale with my pizza. I'm thinking I should be responsible and only have hot chocolate tonight, though. So what exactly is greedy tide? Oh, cool. It seems like something that's like better to play, frankly, inebriated with friends than on stream. Eh, Early friends on? Sure. Alrighty. Cool. Money's been a long time spent on my love, somewhere on my favorite philosophy. Because one in the pen and the rest for me. My travels on a burning pile of coal. Yeah, it's like somehow fun. Shit. Bro, I am your teammate. Mm-mm. Damn. Ow. Ow! Alright. Let's do some hardcore. So I know if we go that way, It gets smaller if I go backwards. It's the only way to go that isn't going to make it smaller automatically is this way? Okay. I'm just gonna have to give up on this, aren't I? Mm. Yep. I am another sunshine, I am another moon at night, I'm no one if I'm no one in between. Okay, hang on. We have movement. Okay. Why? Why aren't you in bed? Aha! Oh shit. Alright, my bad, you. My bad. Oh yeah, Friday. I forget that other people don't have, to go feed the elderly in the morning. And get to stay up late on any Friday they want. But no, I have to go to sleep every other Friday at a decent time, so that the elderly don't, like, starve or something. The elderly do, in fact, need feeding. Anyways, new hardcore world. Vanilla. Kinda getting things set up here. Alright, we need another... Oh, we got another chest. Oh, dang. Yep, as per usual, new hardcore world. Goodness. It was new to the stream. New as in last stream. Yes, it is the new trees in the new version. Haven't had any issues with creakings yet, largely because we haven't gone near them. Because I can, despite what you may think based on the reasons why this is a new hardcore world, I am in fact good at Minecraft. Promise. Scale of 1 to spooky, how fun. Uh, it hurts my eyes. I I don't like the color shift thing that happens. Like, on one hand, I understand that's like 90% of the point. It does mean I have to like it. Ah, shit. Okay. Fuck that noise. Yeah, the shift from normal to desaturation, it's rough on my eyes for whatever reason. I don't really know. I mean, it makes sense. It's the kind of thing I have trouble with, so I can't be that shocked. The zippers are castle sea. What can I say when the truth runs out? I'm gonna fight theory if I make it through tonight. Everybody's gonna hear me. Play Minecraft with your eyes closed. You know what? I'll have to consider it. Right, I can't exactly move based on sound because I don't have good directional hearing, and thus have like kinda actually turned off directional audio. Warden Gecko. Oh. I don't know. That's I mean, if you can figure out how to make that work, absolutely go for it, but I don't know. I mean, it is a good color scheme. Funny that you say that you're having ideas, dot, 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 because I am also having ideas, dot, dot, dot. I know, but like, I'm having, I'm having creative thoughts. My thoughts are slightly nefarious. The battle plans are, let's see. Number one, first battle plan is to further identify battle plans. Battle plans so far are so battle plans are find 4 people who can contribute a significant amount of time to an SMP, and then 5 to 8 people who can dedicate a semi-decent amount of time. Now the problem is the kind of time that I need from people is like highly specific and going to be very difficult to get out of Minecraft players, especially Minecraft content creators, which before kind of have to be. Um, what you will. Don't worry, Rye. I will let you in on this, on the earlier side, because I think you would be a useful ally. Also, may need to talk. May want to talk to Matt about it as well. Do spaced emotions or my spot? Yeah. Goddamn money, I don't need jack shit from you. Words are true. How's my day been? Honestly, my day's been pretty good. Had work as usual. Uh, I've been having trouble with one of my coworkers, but they weren't there today, which made that a hell of a lot easier. Um, got confirmation that I'm doing a good job. I'm not wearing armor because I don't have any armor. That's why I'm in the mines, actually, is because I need clothes. I have one piece of bread left. I should probably leave. Yeah, I'll be fine. I have a lot of other famous last words. To have some turkey chili for lunch, which is quite good, in my opinion. Oh, I don't like all the sounds I'm hearing right now. Burrito and burnt crumpets. That sounds, like a very sad British food meal. Oh no, not the crump, not the waffles. Don't burn the waffles. Alright, there we go. Now we've got some level of protection. And no food. That's okay. Have no food to gain sustenance from rye. The only way to gain sustenance right now is either go home or die. Get food, get clothes. Next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me that I need to, like, vaccinate my children for polio or some dumb shit like that. Yes, I have one child. His name is Squirtle, also known as Beezus. Does he need to be vaccinated for polio? Well, given that that technically in Nearcraft lore he's a vampire, I'm thinking possibly not, because he might have already had it and just be over it at this point. It's also why I won't, because I don't believe in vaccinations, that's why I won't adopt Ender, because, Ender would need to be vaccinated for rabies. Not because they get bit by something. That's more of a Vilks, issue. They just need to be vaccinated because, good God. I don't believe in vaccinations because, they make your children neurotypical. And, you don't want that. Then they're gonna be like, "Ooh, Dad, why you like trains? Oh, Dad, why are you rocking back and forth? Oh, Dad, what are you? That's so weird of you. Why are you doing that, this or that?" Yes, we must stop making people neurotypical. Clearly it's not making the world better. Hmm. Okay, let's not start talking about purging the neurotypicals. Things can tend to go a little bit weird in the Aspie supremacy realm when you start saying those words. Alrighty, horse. It's just from west to south. I feel like I'm going to forget. See how these circle. Imaginary boy. Imaginary minds. My desire. Oh no. Is this the skin that I've seen, or is this a new one? Oh yeah, you were talking about making updates. I mean, both of you seem to be playing around with the star motif, so it makes sense that there might be some similarities. Back to the roots of purple. Hmm, it's a good color. Got a moon. Ooh, that's cool. I think if anything, Velks is gonna find that cool. Be a top over a t-shirt instead of a jumper, but it looks quite similar. Yeah, the pixel limitations can do that to you. Ooh, I will take those. Your chest, your hand, so wild winds around you. Okay. Alrighty. As said before, whether it's better for someone to be in your chat active or in a VC. Honestly, I tend to be more interesting when I'm interacting with people, so verbal interactions tend to work a little bit better, but uh, it's frankly more about like what's going to work best for everybody involved. So if you want to hop in, go ahead. I mean, I'm in the VC. Okay. Wait, no, right, I should not be encouraging this. You should be going to sleep. Damn. Can't hit from here. You know what I mean, we'll leave it. Okay, that's 3. I do want to see if I can kill. Come on.
Hello.
Ah! Hello.
Hi.
Look, just because you give me warning doesn't mean I'm going to remember.
Okay. So I just like every time enter into whenever I enter this, I just go boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I for some reason have got Despacito going on my head. I'm not sure
Hmm.
why. You know when you just like a random song just pops into your head? That's
Yes.
what's happening right now.
Hmm. I'm having a random thought.
Go on.
I think I should go and attack these guys. I think I could take them.
I'm waiting for the screen to catch up. Oh! Um,
I think I've got the
hmm.
skills.
I'm sure you have the skills. I'm just thinking about the protection.
Alright.
Yeah, you could like take them one at a time. Woo!
I win. Now, where's the guy with the hat?
With the hat.
Well, the banner.
With a very fancy fedora.
Yes.
Hmm.
Darn, not getting him. Oh well. Ooh, a cave. I know what I'm gonna do.
Eat first, or venturing into the depths.
Fine. I'll be fine, though.
Hmm. You will be because you've eaten.
Well, now who's
I've
not
only.
the dad?
I'm not being a dad because I'm not making puns. If I were
Mm,
making puns, then yes, I'd be a dad. And I haven't pulled out the thumbs up emoji because I can't figure out how to do emojis in the Twitch chat on my computer.
mm. Fair enough.
But I would.
So how was your day aside from burning half,
Oh yeah.
2/3 of your food?
Yeah. I ended up eating the crumpets, but the waffles were unsalvageable. Really sad.
Mm,
I um I put I put them in, and then they came out, and I was like, these aren't toasted enough. I'll put them in again,
yep.
which was the classic
Fatal
mistake.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, fatal mistake. Um, yeah, my day was good. I went in, there was a writer's workshop happening, so there wasn't. I say workshop. Workshop? I don't know, just a bunch of people in the class just got together and just wrote. That was fun. So
Yeah.
that's all I really did today, to be honest. But oh, and
Hmm.
also made the new skin. But other than that, yeah,
Very chill day.
very chill day. I had an alarm set for 8:30, and I woke up.
Hello?
Hello? Am I being heard now?
Hello, yes, you are being heard now.
I am being heard. I think my mic just
Cut out.
didn't like me for a second. Yeah. I
Yeah,
like
they love
moved
doing that.
slightly and one of the wires went, "Oh, I'm not completely connected. I'm going to disconnect and be awkward."
Yep. Ooh, a creeper. You think I could take on this creeper?
Yeah.
Alright, I don't even have any diamond. You can't take on a creeper without diamond. I mean, you can't successfully take on a creeper without diamonds. I
Yeah,
suppose
you
would be the...
can.
I mean, like, if you're fast.
Or have skills. Or
Well,
or
now it
or
sounds... Now
a
it sounds like
shield.
you're on this whole, like, Gecko's actually smart BS that people have been trying to, say for
What?
years now. People for years have been trying to
I
say
know
that
you
I'm
mentioned.
smart.
Oh. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I know you mentioned the word smart in that sentence, but unfortunately, that's something I am not, so I did not understand what you said. Don't die. Don't die. It wouldn't be good for your health. Okay. You're good. I've only ever played hardcore once.
Mhm.
I think because I'm too much of a chicken.
Well, the nice thing about hardcore is if you die, you don't have to worry about going to find your stuff.
Yeah. But if you die, you can't get anything back.
Yeah, so you don't have to go back and go and look for all your stuff.
True. Then again, I've never died in a hardcore world, so I can say I've had a 100% success win rate with my hardcore worlds. And by a
True.
100% win rate, I mean not dying.
If you consider not dying winning, then yes.
Mm-hmm. Therefore, I can't break the streak by doing another
Mm,
one and possibly.
fair enough, I guess.
I had like the words. I had a reason for wanting to go on the VC because I wanted to explain something, but I've forgotten it.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You got any idea what it was about?
I know that it
Approximately?
started with, I know I'm jumping around topics here, but. And then I decided, you know what, it's easier to explain in a VC, and then asked if it, and then asked the
Okay.
question, and then I've just forgotten it because my brain decided to sing Despacito.
Brains love doing stupid shit like that.
They do. So weird.
Was it about writing? Or Minecraft?
I don't think so. I think it might have had something to do with Minecraft.
Hmm. Was
I
it
don't know.
about this next upcoming season?
It might have been. I genuinely don't know.
Was it about the warden gecko skin you were thinking about?
I don't think so, but it might have been. I think it's like gone. I think there's no
Oh,
point in trying to
dang.
salvage it.
Alright.
It might come back to me later. Are you excited for the new season?
I am excited. I
Amazing. Same.
have I'm gonna have so much fun. I have ideas.
We love ideas.
Not the notebook ideas.
But we also just love ideas. Full stop.
True.
I feel like the notebook ideas is not specific to Nearcraft.
Yeah, it's not. Like, I would want to include some people from Nearcraft, but like,
Hmm.
some of the people in Nearcraft, from what I understand, do not like intense planning as much as me. And I feel like it would just people would not be as interested.
See, now I'm like going through my mind trying to think of people who have expressly said that they don't like intense planning, and my brain is coming up with nothing.
Well, I've like suggested things that require like not even just intense planning, but like some level of mild collaboration, and everybody's like, well, why can't we just do everything loosey goosey?
Oh. Oh, would this be like lore intense
I
or
mean, in a
um
sense,
gameplay intense?
lore intense,
Ooh, I wouldn't mind
which
lore intense.
I know,
I mean, I'm
but it's a
literally coming up
little
with all
bit.
these plans for season 3, but yeah, I get what you mean with like
It's
some
also a little
aircrafters
bit more
thinking like, yeah.
complicated than just like, oh, we're just gonna do lore, and I have specific ideas for lore because I think lore SMPs are going in the direction of more like LARPs,
Hmm.
where they're going to be like there's going to be like things planned out such as that are like hook um hooks and endings, but
Hmm.
then the middle bits is what the players come up make of it.
Hmm. I've never LARPed before
Neither have I,
or done a freeform, but yeah.
but I got really into it and started like watching a bunch of YouTube videos on it so that I could understand it at one point.
Ooh, fun.
So I know a bit about it. So my experience is very limited, but I think
Hmm.
even this, I think it goes. Oh shoot!
Oh,
I think this goes beyond the
oh! I've just seen
rounds.
your oh shoot moment. Sorry,
I think this
continue.
goes beyond. I think this goes beyond what I'm thinking is going to be the future. That being said, it's a little artsy fartsy, you know?
Artsy fartsy. We love
Artsy
artsy
fartsy.
fartsy.
Yes.
My brain is very artsy fartsy at the minute. More,
Mm.
more lingering on the fartsy.
Mm.
And it might be something to do with being tired, but I don't feel tired.
I, it,
Might just be me be I can't even speak. Me being dumb. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
Is the new wood type good?
I think it's okay. I'm trying to figure
Mm-hmm.
out how to use it, like what blocks to use
Yeah,
with it, and I'm thinking Brickworks will probably work well, but
could do.
yeah. Right. I know I saw some up here. There you are.
Um, iron.
Mm-hmm.
It's the delay.
Yep.
For some strange reason, I really thought that you were talking about diamonds. Are you low enough for diamonds? I don't assume so.
Not really. Like, I mean, technically, it's
But not like
possible.
high frequency.
It's incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, low frequency.
Yes, that frequency.
When you go further down, it gets higher pitched.
Yes. Huh.
How long do you tend to last in hardcore worlds?
My longest is like 400 something days.
Is that a long time?
I mean, it depends. Like, for me, it is,
Mm-hmm. We're
but
going, yeah, relativity.
yeah. I mean, like,
It's
typically,
just,
it'll
yeah.
be like I do something really stupid. Like, on my longest one, or my second longest one, actually, I think. Um, I was, trying to deal with some villagers, and part of dealing with the villagers had me trying to deal with some iron golems. And let's just
Ah,
say that even in full netherite, um, it you
we
don't last
packed a bit
very
of
long.
steel. Yeah.
It was too much. It was too much in netherite.
Yeah.
Um,
To be fair, that like, although I've never died in a hardcore world, um, I get the whole like dying to stupid things, because Little Nightmares, for example, and I was
mhm.
do you know how much do you know of Little Nightmares?
I know it's a video game podcast that Bradley knows oh so much about.
Okay. All right. So probably the same amount of knowledge as Bradley.
As Bradley, yes.
Yeah.
Bradley and I are on
Um,
equal footing here.
yeah, yeah. Except one of you is choosing to be honest about it.
Mhm.
Basically, it's a horror platformer survival puzzle game with it's atmospheric horror. It's really cool. But
Hmm.
in the first game, although I'd already seen playthroughs of the first game, so for that one, like I understood where all the traps and deaths were. But there's like this room that you fall into early on, full of leeches that try to kill you.
Mhm.
I survived the room and then immediately fell off a platform. um, so that was my first death in the first game, and then the second game is like really funny because I got through and this was one where I hadn't seen any playthroughs or walkthroughs. I went through the second game basically completely blind, um, and uh, I got through the first entire chapter without dying, which I'm really proud of. But then at
Yeah.
the beginning of the second chapter, there's a bit where you have to grab onto a noose because it's a horror game.
It's a horror game.
And yeah, and you've got to swing over and push a TV off like a like a pile of TVs down into a hole, and that TV is connected to a rope, so it's like a pulley system. And then when that one falls down, you get lifted up. However, I
Okay.
didn't realize that that was what you had to do, and so I thought, oh, I'll just jump onto onto the television that I was meant to push off, and because the game hadn't thought that that was an option, I just fell to my death. I was like, I survived a man with a rifle who is shooting at me so many times, and I fell and I died because of gravity,
You
both
fell on a
times in the first
television.
game and the second game. Yeah, because of a television. Yep. I love the vibes of Little Nightmares though.
Yeah.
Especially the second game. Because the second game, the vast majority of the game takes place in a city, and I usually don't like city atmospheres. I much prefer like nature kind of places. But because of Little Nightmares 2, whenever I need to make something that is vaguely grim and urban, I just pull inspiration from the second game. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna take that. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, do you know Tennessee Williams?
Hoomst?
Tennessee Williams. He's a playwright. Was a playwright? I think he died. He was
No
like,
clue.
he wrote things in like the 1940s.
I would suspect
Anyway,
he's dead then.
yeah, you probably.
Just,
Um,
just, just statistically.
yeah, he wrote The Crucible.
Oh, damn. Crucible guy.
Yeah. Uh, actually, no. Did he write The Crucible? Actually, no. I don't think he did write The Crucible. It was the person wrote it at the same era. No, not in the same era. It was sorry. It wasn't The Crucible guy. This was because I did in A-level drama. We had an extract that we had
Mhm.
to write answers on, and then we had an extract that we had to enact. And me and my friend did Crucible, but I'm thinking of the other one, so it's not the Crucible guy. He wrote. Tennessee Williams wrote uh, a streetcar named Desire, or something like that. A streetcar
I,
called Desire. I think it's called
I,
Named
th-
Desire.
I think I've heard of that in reference.
Yeah.
No clue what it's
He
about.
also um, it's about uh, how do I say this? Um,
Oh
it's
dear.
um, it's about a English teacher who comes from the south, who likes finery and jewelry, and she's named Blanche, um, and she is a pedophile, um,
Oh!
and she moves in with her sister and her brother-in-law, and her brother-in-law is super abusive, and the play is about Blanche's decline into insanity and about toxic masculinity and how the brother-in-law uh, um, is not a good person. It's a really messed up play.
Mm.
Um, it's interesting though. We'll say that at least. Interesting, but very messed up. We didn't do that one.
Yeah, that makes sense!
But we did watch it. Uh, and actually, it was meant to be one of the things we were meant to write about. But I said, no, I'm doing a different one. So I did a different one. uh, but yeah, it's an interesting play, that one. Anyway, the one that we were doing for drama, though, was A Glass Menagerie by the same author, by the same
Okay.
playwright, which is it's kind of boring. Or at least when
Okay.
I read through the script, I hated it because I was like, there's no conflict, nothing is going on. This is so boring. And I still hated it up until I saw a live action performance of it. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Not too bad. It's not meant to be it's not meant to be read. It's meant to be watched, but you know.
Mhm.
Um it's about there's only four characters in it. The three main characters are Tom, who is also the narrator. His sister. Oh my goodness, what's sister's name? His mother Amanda and his sister Laura. Um, and there's lots of themes about disability, fragility, about toxic, like manipulative
Mhm.
parents. Um, it's also yeah, it was quite fun to study by the end of it, but I did really hate the actual reading through the script process because it was so boring. It was just the case of there was no conflict. The only interesting scenes were the last two. Um, it's because the story is basically it's set in like late 1930s, early 1940s, St. Louis. Am I
St.
pronouncing it right this
Louis.
time? St. Louis. Damn it. I'm not pronouncing it right this time. Um, in St. Louis, got themes of the Great Depression um and descending from like a higher status into a poorer one.
Hmm.
Um, Also, Amanda is from the South, so you've got a little bit of what's it called? The
Racism?
like there is unfortunately a bit of that, but it's not what the story's about. Um, uh, it's what is it? Southern when like women were like Southern women want
Antebellum?
when like say that again?
Antebellum?
Don't know what that is.
Antebellum is the era in the South prior to the Civil War, which was, I mean, where there was like this more, a lot of the whole like Southern genteel thing.
Huh, interesting. It's not about that. Um, what is it when like Southern women were told they had to be like really kind and accommodating and polite?
What do you mean were?
Okay, is
Uh, I'm sure there's a word for
Southern
it, but
Belle?
like,
Is it Southern
yeah,
Belle?
Southern Belle. Yeah, that's the
Yes.
kind of that's antebellum type of archetype.
Hmm.
Genteel
Yeah.
lady.
Yes. Oh, and it's also set in a tenement building,
Mm. Ooh.
which is why it was really interesting to do set design. I really enjoyed doing set design for it. I wasn't good at it, but I enjoyed doing it.
Mhm.
Um, because I was drawing from Little Nightmares 2 inspiration. I was like, okay, there's going to be lots of crisscrossing stairs. There's going to be clothes on washing lines just strung across everywhere. Going to be grim and moldy, and the wallpaper's going to be peeling off the wall. Uh, Interestingly, we had to do more research into like the 1920s, the 1910s,
Mhm.
because Amanda is a character whose themes are being stuck in the past a lot. And so,
Okay, that makes sense.
because she's, so we had to look back and go, oh, she's wearing this, she's wearing this, she does this. I was like, oh, we're gonna have 1920s wallpaper instead of 1930s. Um, But it's an
Yeah.
interesting play to study. I really enjoyed it from an academic standpoint. I that was my worst subject academically in drama, but I still enjoyed it. The thing is, for the other two questions, this paper was 3 hours long, by the way, as well. It was my
Jeez.
longest, and my hand was aching by the end of it. But it's still not enough time. 3 hours
Yeah.
is still not enough time. The first
Yeah.
question you should take like an hour on. So each section you're meant to take an hour on. And the first and the second question are just an hour each. But the glass menagerie topic was you had to answer 3 questions, and they were split up in marks. And I could never find the time to answer all 3 of the questions with the amount of detail that I wanted there to be. I always had to like sacrifice one of the questions. But yeah, it was interesting. It was fun. I could probably continue to rant about the story. Oh, the fourth character, such an asshole. Okay, apparently quite a lot of people actually kind of like his character, but he's awful, and I will rant about it because his name's Jim. He only appears in like the last 2 scenes. Basically, the story of the play is Laura is really shy. She's disabled. She suffers. It's implied that she suffers from post polio. So somehow we've gone back to polio.
Gosh dang it, that's polio.
And she is really shy. She probably suffers from social anxiety. But it wouldn't have been something that would have been recognized at the time.
Yeah.
And her mum Amanda is pressuring her into trying to get a husband, and she does want to get married, but she's way too socially anxious to like talk to people. And so Amanda basically says, "Okay, we need to get you some gentleman callers."
Oh.
And she asks Tom, who is the only one. Well, no, Amanda does work, but he is the main source of income. So she asks Tom to bring home one of his colleagues, and he brings home Jim. And Jim is his closest friend in his job, but even he doesn't know him that well. And Laura actually has a crush on Jim because they went to the same high school. And she still has a crush on him even now, afterwards. So she gets all flustered when he appears. But the thing is, he's such an asshole. They end up having this really cute dance scene, and they're kind of flirting. But then Jim ends up saying, "Oh, I wish I had a sister like you."
Ooh.
He's always a bit uffy. But then, okay, so they're flirting, and then he ends up kissing her, and then he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm engaged." What? You led her on, and you're cheating.
Yep.
So I don't care what anyone else says. He's a horrible person.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some people just really like the bad boy.
Well, I don't even think he's a bad boy, though. He's just
Just
an
an
asshole.
asshole.
Just an asshole, yeah. But yeah. Also, Amanda, I hate Amanda too. She's incredibly emotionally manipulative towards Tom. Oh, the thing about conflict, right, is Tom doesn't like Amanda because Amanda's horrible to him and is emotionally manipulative and uses the silent treatment on him. So, but they get into an argument, and I'm like, finally, some conflict. This is making the story interesting. The next scene, he immediately apologizes to her, and I'm like, you had conflict and you just got rid of it.
Probably the point.
Probably. It was just, I was reading through it, and I was just going, that this is what? This is not good writing. Also, it was a case of the stage directions were incredibly descriptive. I was just thinking
Ooh.
so much better as a book rather than a play. Because, like,
Yeah.
you had, like, 2 whole pages, basically, full of stage
Jeez.
directions.
Jeez. Like that is generally, in my experience, a sign of a bad play.
Mm.
Like, not
But, apparently,
always, but, like, it's
yeah.
generally a good indication that, like, you should run.
Hmm. Yeah, it is, isn't it, usually? It's weird, but the thing is, as well, is The Glass Menagerie is seen as, like, one of the best plays. I'm like, okay, it's all right. You know, I've seen it performed live. The performed live version was very good because I was looking
Mhm.
at it from an academic standpoint. And I was like, I can analyze this, I can analyze this.
Mhm.
But the actual story is lacking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting from an academic standpoint to analyze.
I get that. Speaking of analyzing from an academic standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of looking at stuff
The
again.
Notebook.
The Notebook is coming out again.
Is it a notebook? I would assume it's a notebook.
It is a
Just
notebook.
okay. I was either like it's a notebook or it's a whiteboard.
Nope. Notebook. And it's got vague plans.
Ooh.
It's concepts of a plan.
How does this link to academic analyzing, may I ask?
Let's see. How can I put this without spoiling anything?
Ah, okay.
No, this is probably a way. Um,
I wish you luck.
kind of dorky. No, that doesn't help.
Pardon? Did you say hi, dorky?
Kind of dorky.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to explain it, man. It's
That's fair. That's fine.
like I do just want to like info dump the whole idea, but
Yeah,
I also want I don't know, I kind of
I get
part
it.
of me
Yeah.
like wants to go for like this secret element, but also at the same time, I don't know that it'll work whether or not it's a secret or a surprise or whatever.
Mm-hmm. There are 2 wolves inside of you. One wants to be mysterious. The other one wants to info dump.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I will corner you later in info dump.
Hey,
Not chat
I
though.
would love.
Chat doesn't get to know.
Fair enough. I look forward to the info dumping. How long are you planning to stream for?
Probably not too much longer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, I love the armadillos just casually hanging
Yes.
around your base.
Yeah, they're just like
They're little
vibing.
footballs.
I mean, I would call them soccer balls, but okay.
Okay. But yeah.
Actually, they look more like basketballs.
Yeah, fair point, they do. They're so adorable. I've never actually seen an armadillo in game. Probably because I don't go into the savannas all that often.
Yeah. I mean, savannas aren't like the nicest looking biome, so it makes sense.
Yeah, the grass is kind of
Ugly.
yellow. Yeah, yeah, ugly is the word for it. Do you have to have an acquired taste for the color orange?
I think
Which can
so.
work.
Yeah.
It can work. Depends on the circumstance.
Yes.
It's because it's like a bright orange as well.
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to do in the purge?
Ah, I don't think I'm gonna be the Grim Reaper,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't expect to outlast the Grim Reaper by very much.
Same. I feel like I'd have to be incredibly unlucky to be the first person out.
Yeah.
Especially since of time zones as well. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like time zones actually give me a bit of a boost
Yeah.
because or is it a boost if you're lonely?
I mean,
Like I'm not being given the opportunity to kill people, but I'm also not being given the opportunity to be killed.
yes,
Except for of course
it's
traps and whatnot.
traps, which honestly, for the first 24 hours, being alone may actually be worse.
True, but I am ahead in time, not behind in time.
True.
I would assume there would be like a specific point in time where it starts.
Yeah.
Because saying 4th of January,
Yeah, it's
you
it's
know,
gonna have like a
it'll be 4th
time,
of
and that's
January
gonna
before, yeah.
yeah.
But also, I'm traveling on the 4th of January, so
Mm.
I won't be online in the middle of the day.
It's okay. I can just trap your base while you're gone.
Thank you. So generous. Finally, all those logging out on top of trees will be helpful. I did that quite a lot a while ago, and I don't know why, but I was certain that someone was going to put a warden in my base. So I was like, I'm going to log out on the trees just in case. I don't know why I thought that was going to happen, but I guess I was just being paranoid when it ends
Yeah.
up being foreshadowing. Have you got any plans specifically for the hardcore world, or is it just not die?
So I want to build a house,
With a chimney tool?
and I think the main plan at this point is get to like potions level,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to do an ocean monument.
Ooh, yes. Those are
I've
terrifying.
never, I've never done an ocean monument before.
Same.
I mean, it's just kind of a rite of passage when you play hardcore. So
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, I've never killed a wither, killed the Ender Dragon, or done an ocean monument. or done a raid.
Oh,
I
at least
have
not
gone
doing a
into a
raid.
villager tower.
Yeah. At least not doing a raid means that you haven't had to deal with the consequences of accidentally letting a camel die,
True.
unlike some of us.
Yeah. That was so long ago. That was like right the very right at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah, over a year ago.
Over a year ago. Been over a year since Kevin's death. R.I.P.
Server's been going longer than Kevin was alive by like
Yep.
a good margin.
Quite a lot, yeah.
And still, I feel like Rose would build another might still build another monument to Kevin.
I feel that was like her defining character trait this season.
Yes, very much.
Is Kevin. The Kevining.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta make sure that it doesn't happen again this time.
Yes. I think one of the things I'm really looking forward to, specifically with the beginning of season 3, is the fact that season 2, I was incredibly like anxious and just
Mhm.
socially anxious and didn't know anyone, didn't talk to anyone. And
Yeah.
so I think I'm really excited for the beginning of season 3 because it'll be like, I know these people now.
Well,
I'm confident around them now.
yeah, it's not just like a bunch of people
Strangers.
from YouTube. It's literally
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, these are my friends.
Mhm. I had a dream a while ago about the beginning of season 3.
Yeah.
But it wasn't season 3 because it was kind of like season 2 but started again because it was,
Ooh.
it was cherry and it was
Hmm.
cherry trees and everything. It wasn't um the creaking and the pale garden and
Yeah.
whatnot. It was kind of like in that way that the weird thing is sometimes it was live action Minecraft. You know what I mean? In dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
And it's just you. But
Yeah.
also there was this one dream I had years and years ago where it was kind of a nightmare where I had a nightmare that my house was on fire. But I sort of rushed out of my room and the fire was sticking to the top of the ceiling the way that Minecraft fire would, which was quite funny actually. I think it's because my brain said, okay, there should be fire on the ceiling. How does fire on the ceiling usually work?
What
I
does
don't know.
fire
Let's
look
use
like?
Minecraft as a ceiling. Yeah, literally. Let's get a flint and steel out.
Or maybe Ender has just learned how to Freddy Krueger themselves into people's dreams and
That was literally years and years ago, though. I was,
mm.
I don't know, 8 or something.
Okay,
So
so
a
maybe
long
not.
time ago. Maybe not. Unless there was a psychic connection that I haven't been aware of.
That is possible. We are also relying on the hypothesis that Ender has learned how to Freddy Krueger themselves for this.
Yes.
So, like,
Well, I mean, if that's possible, then a psychic connection surely must be.
I mean, yeah.
Is just going around lighting people's dreams on fire.
Yep. Tiny Ender just doing arson in dreams.
Tiny Ender, yeah. Tiny Ender. Perhaps the arson is the friends we made along the way. through lighting people's dreams on fire. Oh my goodness. The yawning frenzy is really coming.
No, don't start yawning.
Oh, I haven't started. It's been happening for. What is that? What is that voice that I? Oh, I haven't started. Like, why was I saying it like that? I just suddenly got really posh. I haven't. I don't know if I could say that without sounding posh. I haven't started. I've been doing it for quite a while.
Mm.
I think it was also the tone. Oh, I haven't started. Me yawning as if you think I would yawn like a commoner, like a peasant, like a pheasant. The fact that yawns are contagious between species.
Mm-hmm. Wild.
I know. So interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? I don't think people have actually come up with a solid reason for why yawns are contagious. Like, there was the idea that it was something to do with your brain thinking that you haven't got enough oxygen, and then
There you go.
it would be like you see, yeah, you see someone yawning, and you're like, they're trying to take in the oxygen. They're trying to steal all the oxygen. So then you start to yawn. But I think that's kind of been disproven, or it was just a theory. Like it was never actually stated as fact.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I remember I yawned, and then my cat yawned, and I was like, oh my goodness, science! I've discovered something new. Yawns are contagious between species. Oh, I miss my
Yeah.
cat. I'm gonna see her soon though.
Oh yeah. Christmas holiday.
Going home for Christmas, yeah. Then I'm gonna catch the train up, which is gonna be terrifying.
You'll be fine.
I've never caught a train by myself before.
Okay, well, you'll still be fine.
Probably, yeah. And it's got to change. But it's at a station that I've been to that I'm pretty sure I've been to before. So,
Okay.
you know, at least there's that. I'm not changing at a station that I've never been to before and don't know where all the different stops, lines. What are they called?
I don't
Tracks?
know. We don't have trains in America.
No, surely you do.
I don't really know.
But then, what about Ticket to Ride? That's all about making trains in the US. What about
It's
what
a
about the
fantasy.
what about the like the fact that a lot of Chinese immigrants in like the 1800s were being forced to make railways? What are
It's a
those
myth.
railways being used for?
There are no
what about
railways.
Western stories? What about Western cowboy stories that always
There was
have like
never any.
a train fight scene?
There was only ever the East Coast.
Wait, is that the only one?
Mm-hmm. There's no West Coast, no Midwest, no no nothing. It's just the East Coast. Always has been.
I have to look this up because there's no way this is true.
Yeah, we sold the West
Hang
Coast to
on,
Canada in the 80s. It was Reagan's idea.
but it. Wait, I read something and then it's disappeared. Where's it
We're
gone?
we're releasing it back right now, but you know.
The United States has the largest rail transportation network of any country in the world, about 160,000 miles.
Yeah, and you can't do anything with it because of how far apart everybody is. At least with the way that it's made currently.
Huh.
Now, if say we got some decent
So
high speed
you
rail.
have trains, you
I mean,
just
we
can't use
technically
them.
have trains. They're just shitty trains.
Okay.
Like on a technical level, yes, we have trains, but like we don't really have trains.
Okay. You learn something new every day.
Hmm.
A lack of buses, a
Yep.
severe lack of trains. Like the buses I get, but the trains.
No, you see, they made the
Ticket to
stop
Ride has
trains to
lied to me.
stop. They made they have like a few stops that are in like the big areas, and then it's like, well, now if you want to go anywhere, you have to drive. Yay, we love cars.
Ooh, we hate cars. Bit of a difference of opinion there.
Yeah, no, trust me, I do not like our
Okay.
car dependence. It's
I just dislike cars in general. On a very base level.
hmm,
And like I get that they're useful,
hmm.
just don't like them. I think it might also be because cars now are very ugly.
They are. They're incredibly
Like if
ugly.
I had to pick a car, it would if I was forced to learn to drive and had to pick a car to drive from, it would be one of those kind of like retro cars
Yeah,
that look
because
cool.
those are the cool ones.
Yeah, literally. It's also the fact that I don't know if this is specific to the UK or if it's just sort of across the world generally, but the fact that there's been a tendency now that cars have been bordering on monochrome. Like the
Hmm.
most popular car color now is black, and I love the color black. Don't get me wrong, I love my color black, but it's just when every single car is black, grey, white, or silver.
Yeah.
Occasionally, there's a blue or a red one,
Yeah,
but
silver's the most
that's about
common
it.
over here.
Hey. But also, yeah, just cars are ugly.
Yes.
And also, it's a case of I do not trust myself to drive a car.
I
I feel
understand that.
like I would crash and burn.
It certainly does feel like that sometimes.
And also, it's like a case of responsibility as well. Because
Hmm.
if I'm in a car and someone else is driving and they crash, it's not my fault. I wasn't the
Yep.
one driving. But if I'm in a car crash and I'm the one who was driving,
Hmm.
no, that's my fault suddenly.
Yep. I mean, not suddenly, but like, yes, then it would be your fault. But
Incredibly suddenly. Yeah. And also just cars, fumes.
yeah,
Even though I know that the main contributor to like stuff is planes, but still.
not just any planes, like
Private
commercial
jets.
yeah, private jets.
Threats. I've only been on a plane twice.
Mm. I've been playing a few times. Uh, 2 trips. So 2 times to a place and back. And one of those did have a layover. Which, I mean, you kind of have to have when you go from East Coast to Hawaii.
A layover?
Yeah, so basically, you have to, well, not, I don't think it was quite full-blown layover. But it was like, had to take 2 different planes. Because, like, we had to
Oh,
go all
okay.
the way across the US, across the continental, and then get on a plane that was going to take, like, 8 hours to get to Hawaii.
Oof. Yeah. I've only been to Germany and back.
Hmm.
Germany is a very beautiful country, at least of what I've seen. I love German architecture.
Hmm.
Buildings are so cool. I'm not even like a fan of architecture, but the German architecture hits different.
I mean, it makes sense. Sometimes it just hits different.
Hmm. Sometimes you look at a building and go, "Wow."
Yep. I mean, I say that. I really, really like architecture, so like for
Ah,
me it's
more than
like
just sometimes. Yeah.
it's like 90% of the time I'm like, oh, exciting. Yeah, I think we're gonna raid out.